After a couple of quiet days in Kurashiki and Okayama, I hopped back on the Shinkansen to head back to Tokyo because I was going to meet my sister. The weather again was quite beautiful and I got to see some of the mountains along the way. I booked to sit in the E seat again in the hopes that I would see Mount Fuji, and I got a much better view of it this time than I did last time. There was a little bit of cloud on the top, but if I can get any kind of glance at Mount Fuji, I am happy. Although I enjoyed the efficiency of the Japanese train system for most of my trip, we did unfortunately encounter a delay before we got to Yokohama, and were actually stopped on the tracks for about 25 minutes. I would recommend, if you were coming to an airport in Tokyo from far away on the Shinkansen, like, give yourself a bit of a buffer because things happen and you don't want to be sitting there stressing out when you have no control over when the Shinkansen is going to start up again. But I was very fortunate that I could look back and see Mount Fuji the whole time, so I just kept looking out the window and taking pictures of Mount Fuji. Seeing the Yamanote line just says you're back in Tokyo, get ready for the hustle and bustle again. I'll do another video with a full run through of the hotels that I stayed in Japan, but for both parts of my Tokyo trip, I stayed at the Toggle Hotel in one of the pink loft rooms, which I found really comfortable just for me, and my sister was staying in another hotel nearby. I met up with my sister at Suidobashi Station. We collected the train station stamp together and then headed to Tokyo Station for a bit of shopping on Character Street. It was very, very busy, but we managed to see all of the cute characters that we wanted to. We love Mofu-san and spent a lot of time looking at all the adorable stuff in the Mofu-san shop. There's also some stamps in the character stores along Character Street in Tokyo Station, so keep an eye out for them. And this stamp is in the Kupen-chan Hanamaru Station store, so if you see lots of penguins, you'll find the stamp. And I love Ghibli, so we went to the Ghibli store and looked at everything in there. It's just so beautifully decorated with the little Totoro in the tree. And then we just sort of kept walking. We went sort of more down towards Ginza. We managed to catch some of the beautiful illuminations that they do around Christmas with the lights and the trees. And we're both just really tired, so we called it a night. The next morning, we headed to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building and picked up a station stamp along the way. We were heading here for the free viewing platform, and it was a beautiful blue sky, clear day, so we were really hoping that we would get to see Mount Fuji from this viewing platform. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building is quite iconic. It was designed by famed architect Kenzo Tange in 1990. It's 48 floors and 242.9 meters tall, and the free observation deck is 202 meters up on the 45th floor. At this time, the north observation deck was closed, so we were on the south observation deck and we got a great view over the city. In the middle of this observation deck, there's a cafe and a shop, and there's also a piano that the public can play, which is covered in dots by Yayoi Kusama. I found this to be a much better experience than going to Skytree, so I'd really recommend it, and it's completely free. And on this side, we could see the white snow cap of Mount Fuji, and I was so happy because I love to see Mount Fuji. While you're up here, there is also a stamp to collect, so do not forget to pick it up. I assume they have the same stamp in the north observation deck as well. We didn't really feel any pressure to rush through this space, whereas when I was at Skytree, it was like a lot of people sort of pushing to get to the windows. So on a Sunday morning, it was just a really nice way to start the day. Back outside, we could enjoy the architecture of the building and the surrounding area. From here, we decided to walk down towards Meiji Jingu, which I had been to visit before, but it was my sister's first time in Japan, so I thought she should see Meiji Jingu and the surrounding forest. Coming from this sort of north side, it was very quiet and it was very, very nice. When we got to the shrine, there was a wedding procession happening, and I actually saw quite a few couples, so there were a lot of weddings being hosted on this day. And I just love these giant trees in Meiji Jingu. On my previous trip, I actually didn't know this, but the forest around Meiji Jingu was man made, and over 100,000 trees were donated to the project when it was completed in 1920. It sort of seemed very natural, but it was designed that way. So hopefully the forest will be self generating going forward. But that's something that I didn't know, so I just wanted to share that with you. And it's a popular photo spot here with the sake barrels. And we kept walking down through the park to head to Harajuku. It was really, really busy, and this was a really bad time to be very, very hungry because there were queues everywhere. But we managed to grab some food, and then we headed to our main destination in Harajuku, which is Kiddieland. If we didn't get enough shopping done on Character Street, we could get everything else at Kiddieland. And I have a whole video about everything character related that I bought in Japan up on my channel if you'd like to see what I got. We decided to do some more walking, and we were heading towards Shibuya. And I wanted to visit one shop in particular, which was sort of in between Harajuku and Shibuya, which is Dalton, which I again also have a video up on my channel about Dalton if you'd like to see it. We were getting tired from all the shopping, so we stopped in Starbucks and I got this seasonal frappuccino, which was beautiful and delicious. I think it was strawberry. And we hit up the major stores in Shibuya. Tired out from all our shopping and sightseeing, we called it a night and looked forward to our next day, which is to go to Tokyo Disneyland. So I can't wait to take you along to Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. We did 2 days there. So I'll see you in the next one.